We are taking compliments this morning. We want to compliment our listeners and those that actually go to YouTube and social media platforms to drop their comments, you know. So once in a while, we take our time to pick comments on social media and to appreciate your views and your time. So yesterday, we had Femi Leye on the show. Femi Leye is a Nigerian guitarist and singer. We talked about his life and music while he also weighed in on the ongoing saga between Busola Dakolo, Pastor Biodun Fatoyibo, and the church. If you missed that episode, YouTube is your friend. Go to our YouTube page at Plus TV Africa, watch, and remember to subscribe. Yeah. Okay, the first comment is from Glory Adebayo. She says, to figure out correctly who is lying, God has given you a sound mind. Consider the whole matter with the little evidence available, and you will come to the conclusion that there is no Busola Dakolo. Oh, there is no way Busola Dakolo is lying. The Koza pastor did not even address or deny the specific allegations, so don't drink paracetamol for another person's headache. Who wants to comment on that?
Well, like we have always said on the show, we don't have the evidences against, or the evidence against Pastor Bimbo Fatoyibo. And in as much as we are not encouraging...
Biodun?
Bimbo, Biodun, Bibi, whatever. And we have always commented on the fact that until the evidences come out, and even though we're not in support of rape and all of that, but justice needs to be done. Do you understand? So the court of public opinion is not the right place to make conclusions.
I don't like when you say we.
I mean, I was going to say, why not speak for yourself?
That's not what we...
Because I think we should be all humans, and we should think rationally.
Let's speak for yourself.
That's why I said we.
No, you said we on the show. We've always said, nuh-uh. You're the only one who's saying that.
Okay, but I think as human beings, we should all be rational and think about what if Bimbo or Biodun Fatoyibo is your brother. Would you be saying the same? If
he is a rapist, we'll be saying the same thing.
Yeah.
I doubt that very much. But
we have another comment.
My brother will be a rapist in Jesus' name.
Which one is all this spirituality?
I think you will take the next comment. The next one is from V Badge. He says, my brother, heaven remember you. You spoke the truth. Essay came out and no one said anything. Okay.
I think he was talking about me.
Essay Water, yeah, you are the brother, and no one paid attention to her.
Everyone remember me, my brother. Everyone remember you too.
Niger, wake up and judge all evil accordingly.
Yeah.
Heaven remember you, Ife.
Yeah, so I think this is off the back of what the lady said about MC Galaxy being a rapist and all of that. And I brought in the Biodun Fatoyibo thing and Busola Dakolo thing. And I was like, look, when Essay, the actress, came out to say the same thing, she didn't garner enough attention as Busola.
Is Essay an actress?
She's a dancer.
Whatever she is.
Oh, no,
Essay is an actress. Essay is
she's a writer.
No, Essay is an actress.
Essay Walter.
Actress, writer. She does a lot of things, but she's popularly known for being an actress. And when she came out to accuse Biodun Fatoyibo about the situation, it didn't get this much attention as Busola Dakolo is getting. I'm not saying, but I just think that there's this favoritism that comes in whenever it is a popular person or popular figure, and that is just standard. It is not just in Nigeria, it is globally.
And it's not called favoritism, it's called fame, and that's one of the tools you're supposed to use.
So are we supposed to be supporting fame over the truth and over people taking responsibilities for their actions? Are we supposed to be supporting fame over that?
We're not supporting fame, Ife. This Busola is using her platform to say stuff. A lot of the times, things never change until it gets to the most powerful.
Okay,
like
so
you said, that's how it's
correct.
No, it's just how it works.
I mean, I told him the same thing yesterday.
It's just how it works.
To watch it that way. You
heard
a regular person on the street that doesn't have a voice, does not have a chance to just.
You just said
unless I am famous.
No.
Is that what you're telling me? Because I am not a famous person. So if something wrong happens to me, you all will not give a DAMN about what happens to me. Is that what you're saying? Because I don't need to be famous to get justice. I don't need to be famous
But people get justice.
Oh, please, on a ratio of 1 to 10, please give me the ratio of people that are not famous.
Okay, let me just say my comment on this.
Right.
In regards to what you said earlier, that what did you even say? See, I haven't lost what you said when you said we all said blah 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 blah.
When I addressed this issue yesterday, and I don't know how to repeat myself, and that's a problem.
Okay.
So I would employ you people to still go back to YouTube and watch our
when you say something like we on this show we're waiting for proof, there's no proof because there's no camera there. The proof is her words. You take it or you leave it. That is the tricky thing about rape cases. You cannot prove something that has happened when there was no camera and it happened years ago. All you have is her words against his. So if you're saying that that is not enough proof, then that is the predicament of the situation.
However, we are talking about
there is
proof.
a new person coming out. We're talking about much more on that
in the afternoon
episode of Tea Time.
Okay,
but let's move on from this comment.
No, can I just...
Comment.
Okay, all right, cool.
Uchi Madu says, don't idolize your pastor. You said it all. Ndu leperega. Maybe kwage. Oh, okay, I still got my Igbo right. Is that church people will spoil you?
Okay.
And the next one is from Fosong Martina. He or she says, Femi Leye, stop faking. Jesus boy will never talk as you do. Talk like Jesus. Talk like Jesus. Jeez. So, I don't know, how does Jesus boys talk?
Well, when Femi Leye was speaking yesterday, with due respect to Femi Leye, I didn't like the fact that he said there is no way Busola Dakolo is lying. I
agree to that.
I didn't like that statement. Yes, you cannot conclude, especially when a case is ongoing. It is your opinion. It's not a case. It is your opinion to feel someone is lying or not. But if the court proves
it is not a case. There's no court. There's no lawyer. It's not a case.
So is that the reason why he's not talking like a Jesus boy?
No, I'm not talking about Jesus. I'll get to that aspect. Okay. And if you're a Jesus boy, you should be like Christ, and you should know that, yes, you give second chances to people. In as much as people...
God.
Look.
Your words are tasting awful in my mouth.
Well, it has to taste awful in your mouth because the truth is bitter, and that is the truth. And I'm telling you the truth right now. No matter how bitter
Jesus will be like, yeah, rape, but let's just sweep it under.
Nobody's saying that. Nobody's saying that.
Okay, you know what?
Everybody just saying a Jesus boy will not judge you before the actual facts are in the public.
This conversation is still going to happen on the afternoon edition.
No, I don't think so.
It had to. And but this morning is for us to celebrate our listeners and our viewers and our commenters. And then this next one is from Chris Ken. He says, how do you know she's not lying? What if it was consensual? I don't understand how that works. But the next one is from Damboyi Gomsok. I hope I got your name right. I'm sorry. He says, how do you know she's not lying? You Nigerians are disciples of lynch justice. You were not there when it happened, but you concluded she's not lying. Listen to yourself, oh, you person. And the last one is from Nigeria Life Stories. He or she says, pretty much Fato Ibo was 23 years old at that time. How on earth would a woman worship a 23-year-old boy? Busola must be an idiot. Those are not my words. Okay, you want to say anything before we wrap up and introduce our studio guest?
I think, like I keep saying my point over and over and over again, this is a case of someone who has power and someone who doesn't. I will listen to a person that doesn't have power. She was raped. That puts you in a powerless situation. You were forcefully, taking and whatever. If I can, do you want me to talk or?
No, I'm listening to you.
It's hard. It's hard to talk if you're making side comments.
I'm not making side comments.
All right. So I keep saying, if somebody has come out with her position, someone that famous has come out to say this and has been dealing with this for years, has involved pastors of the church. This is what happened to me years ago. I've told my husband before it even happened, and there's all this evidence. I chose to believe that. So I'm not saying that he's a rapist, but I'm standing with Busola on this. Until proven otherwise, the victim is the victim. You cannot now, your job cannot be to victimize the victim before you even prove whether or not she's lying. That stands